Okay, Anna is our model coming in from Halloween, 4 weeks grown out. For proper prep where you can get retention, where your clients can go 4 weeks every time, no matter what product that you're using on it. I start with the cleanser, I come up to the first knuckle all the way down the sidewalls, and I'm really just cleaning the nail. This is doing a temporary dehydration so that when I come in with the efile, it's not putting oil on my files, making that file spin, creating additional heat. What you're going to notice is that the skin will do a temporary chalky white and then allows the nail to kind of talk to you. Okay, so you can see where the white is on the nail, just that keratinized part that just needs to be removed so that we can get that proper prep for long-term retention. And then down the sidewall, you'll just see that even the skin is white all the way down, which is just a temporary look. If you need to, you can use your cuticle pusher to remove any excess cuticle that's come up onto the nail. Anna doesn't have that, so we're gonna go right on in with the coarse bit. And around, I like to go around 14,000 RPM with this. And I come down one side. Now with this, I'm pushing back her sidewall. I'm also removing the keratinized nail. And I'm also prepping the nail of what's grown out because I will not go back over that natural nail again. Just keeping you from having ring of fire and over filing. Okay, pushing back the skin at the same time. Prepping the nail all the way through that sidewall. Again, just lightly go over the growth. And now I'm going to go up just onto the skin just to make sure that everything has been smoothed and polished there. Don't hyper focus on every single detail. You can spend hours doing the prep and never get exactly what you want. Okay, I'm going to wipe this off just so that you can see that the chalky white that we had on the nail is gone. And now we can go in to remove the product. So I'm going to use a coarse cone bit. Again, around that 14,000 RPM, you can adjust for what kind of product you have on there. We have genre and gel polish, so we don't have to do some super high speeds. Using the belly of the cone bit, you start first. Now this is a safety bit, so if I do poke into her skin or whatever, it's not going to cut or harm her in any way. Long, even strokes just to remove the color. Now she had nail art as well as magnetic and all of that. So depending what you have inside of your gel polish, it might take a little bit more. Glitter always takes a little bit longer to do than if you're just doing a solid color like what I have on my nails. Again, just using the belly to remove any of the product without going into the underlying structure of the nail. And then using the tip of the bit, I'm going to come up one side. I'm not touching the nail or the skin, just removing the gel polish. Don't worry about getting all the sidewall off because you're also going to be hand filing and you just don't want to over file those sidewall. Blend in the prior product. If you're going to shorten the nail, this is the good time to do that since it takes off the bulk of the length. Do you want some now? Okay. In your normal shape. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to use the belly of the efile, going horizontal to the nail, start on one side, and then hold it constant over to the other. You don't want to go back and forth with this bit. It will jump on you. So I'm doing about what she's grown out, just holding it steady, up one side and around the other. She tends to wear about the same length all the time and the same shape. So all I'm doing is removing about what the grow out was. I'm going to take the tip of the efile and come in underneath and bevel that back and remove any of the excess nail that we just shortened. And then that's the efile prep. Then you're going to come in with your file. This is a 100 by 180. I'm going to come in parallel to the underside of her sidewall, and we're going to bring that sidewall up to be a straight line that grows out with her growth plate. Using the 180 side, I'm going to start at the skin where it meets the nail, right at that smile line, and go into one direction, just bringing that side up. This will be easier to show you on this side. Underneath, kind of pushing back the fold to expose right where the smile line starts, and bring that up following the growth of the nail. She wears rounded, so I'll just kind of bring in that shape. Bevel up underneath. And then starting to the center of the nail, I'm going to bring it around and just blend this side in. This is where most clients tend to have lifting, is right here on these sidewalls as they've grown out. And it's because the tech doesn't take the time to really blend in this area. I mean, when they came in 4 weeks ago, all of this was snug up into those sidewalls. As it's growing out, it starts to expose, and it's our job to go in there and make sure that that's blended in. So then the product, the new product, can go lay on there and get that nice, perfect retention that we want. Again, following the nail growth, one direction, file off the remaining color, refine your shape. If you need to debulk more, you can. You want your end result to be a credit card thickness from sidewall to sidewall. If by the time you put your product on, it's going to be a lot thicker than that, then you need to debulk the prior product that's there. So being that we're going to do a fill, I'm going to go ahead and remove just a little bit of the excess bulk without filing onto the apex area. This is the restructure part. Putting the apex where it needs to be for her strength, retention. We have it even from side to side, and it's a little bit less than that credit card thickness. So by the time I put her fill on, it's going to be exactly where we want it to be. Come in and remove any excess powder. Using a lint-free pad, wedge, and your cleanser, you're going to go in and just cleanse the nail, pushing back the nail fold, just to make sure there's nothing in underneath there. Kind of hear that squeak, which just means there's no oil onto the nail. You'll wait, it will turn chalky white again. If you continue to see white up onto the nail like in the beginning, those are the telltale signs that you need to continue on with the prep, and just make sure you get a nice even tone all the way around. Now it's ready for application.